Yes, the rumors are true. I am still alive. And holy shit, do I need to finish this game. So, I mean, I guess the big question is, where have I been? Well, since the last time you saw me, I flew out to Vancouver. And I was there for a week for some work. And then I got home and I was jet lagged. And so waking up early was difficult. And work is really busy right now. There is a lot going on. And it was just exhausting. Like, I am in probably 3 or 4 interviews a day, trying to probably hire about 6 or 7 people, like ASAP. So then I find like interviews are just like, they're exhausting. They're an hour long each. And so you do a couple of those back to back, and it's like, you know, it's exhausting, and it requires a little bit of prep work because you want to show up with some information of the candidates. So what was in Vancouver? So I went to Vancouver for work. It was a director level, like, planning session, on-site type thing. Ooh, I forgot to set our timer. It's been a while since I've streamed. I forgot the rituals. Also, I feel like things are a bit laggy. Let me reset my camera because it feels laggy. And then, so unfortunately, no, we don't do visa sponsorships. Unfortunately. Kardak, so it's been a while since I've seen you. How did the interviews go? There we go, I'm back. I feel like I was lagged a bit. Did they go okay? Because I think last time you were doing a few take-home assessments, if that is correct. But anyways, it's good to be back. I need to start building momentum. I think, the hardest part, I think, sometimes is just building that momentum. And so I was gone for a week, and I do this, and I say this to myself all the time. I put it in my head. I'm like, okay, I'm going to be in a hotel room for a week, and I'm going to have a lot of time to myself. And so I'm going to work on the game in my hotel room on some things that I need to do, right? Either it's some planning parts, or it's like I'll work on the graphics or music or whatever, right? I'm always like, in my head, I'm like, I'm gonna have so much time. I'm gonna be able to do all kinds of stuff. And then I really end up having no time to myself. Definitely no time like in the hotel room, right? So I arrive on Tuesday. I'm already pretty jet lagged. Like, I pass out. I get into like the hotel at like maybe 2 o'clock. I go for a bit of a walk. I get some dinner. I pass out at like 7 or 8, right? Because it's like Eastern time. Wednesday, work dinner, get home a little drunk, pass out. Thursday, work dinner, get back to the hotel room, a little drunk, pass out. Friday, like half day work. kind of get back to the hotel room at a decent time, but I'm just so tired that like I don't really want to do anything. It's a Friday. Excuse the yawn. Like clearly I'm still tired. And then yeah, and then it's like Saturday's my last day. I go to a coffee shop, read a book, like think a little bit, and Sunday I'm flying back home, and it's a 5-hour flight with a 3-hour time difference. I get home and it's like straight to bed. So it's like I think this is a thing that developers do in general. We overestimate the amount of time that we have to do something, and then we never get a chance to do it. So I'm not making excuses. It's just there it is. Your interview went all right, but they rejected you. I'm sorry to hear that. You asked why, and they said there's nothing negative about you. We just wanted to move on with different people. The thing is, there were no other people. They judge everyone by themselves. So I got rejected and lied to. You sent another place a case, sent a mail after a week, and they returned me a week after that. They said there's too much candidates. So while working for that, I started making plans for a game to build. Yeah, do your own thing. Yeah, I mean, so I think like the one thing about like interviewing, at least from like the side of candidates, is that it does end up being a numbers game to a certain degree, right? Like it's timing, it's like numbers, like, and I'll just give you an example. Like I'm hiring for junior developers right now, and there are easily like 200 candidates that applied, and I have maybe the role for 3 or 4 people. And so we really do our best to go through like as many of those candidates as possible. But at some point we move forward with like a group of 6, let's say. And then we like evaluate the 6, right, out of like the 200. And if like 2 out of those 6 are great candidates and they pass our interview, we're going to hire them, right? And then we have 2 more people to staff to hire. And so we'll do another group of 6. And if there's 2 more in there, and then we move forward with those 2 more, and that's it, right? So even if you're a great candidate in like that last group of 6, one, I'm going to pick the best 2 out of the 6. And if you're even if you're a great candidate in like the, the list of, let's say 50 that I pared down from 200 applications, or 20 or whatever the number is that I get to after reviewing all of the applications, is say, hey, these are 20 great candidates that I bet any of them can fill, that could join our team. The reality is I could only hire 4. And so it's like a little bit of first come, first serve. It's a little bit of timing. And sometimes it doesn't have anything to do with how good or bad you are if you get to like that interview round. It really is like, hey, like there was just someone better. Or we think maybe not even someone better, but someone that we think is maybe is going to fit onto the team better. So it is tough. Yeah, all you can do is point to your own thing, and you're going to hire 4 people. So that's a 2% chance to get into a job. Exactly. Like it's really kind of shitty when you like look at it that way, because you could get passed on not because of the quality, not because of you in any aspect. It's numbers. You're just a little bit too late to apply than someone else. Like it could be as simple as that. Like it sucks for me too, because it also puts a little bit of like, I don't know, FOMO. Not maybe FOMO is the wrong word, but it's like, I always want to build the best team, and you're like, you always wonder if you get someone better, but you kind of have to just like move with the people that you see, right? And it's also tough because like we do have a bit of like, we go through interviews and we have a bit of a technical assessment, and There's always, especially at the junior level, it's easier like, let's say if I'm hiring like a senior developer, because like there's like really specific things I'm looking for. But like junior, it's like more about potential, I guess, and like technical culture fit. Like I say culture fit, and like it's not like, oh, I like to like, have beers and stuff, but it's like the technical culture, like how you like how you're trying to improve the craft, how you're gonna like improve the team around you, like how passionate are you for like software development. Um and like we still have to do a technical assessment. So there's folks who like, they seem like great people and like I'd love to give them a chance. But then when it comes to like the actual interview, they don't do very well. And and you can kind of tell that like part of it's like preparation compared to like some other folks who like, that they just prepared or they've done a lot of interviews and they're ready to go. Because interviews are a little bit of performance. And you're like, you know what, if I like gave this person a chance, like they'd probably settle in just fine. But it's hard to like take the risk on someone like that when you have someone who's like just nails all the technical stuff, and like that person for sure, like they're gonna get like started and ramped up immediately. So like there is a bit of a technical part to it, but it's also just like, man, it is a numbers game, I guess is what I'm saying. Do I only hire people with a beard? No, I don't. In fact, I'm actually pretty happy this round. Like I've hired right now 2 women and 1 man, which doesn't always, like that ratio doesn't always happen, but we've had a really good pool of candidates. So I feel good about that. I'm all about like, I don't like, I always want to hire the best candidate, but what's important is having a diverse pool to pull that candidate from. So the numbers in that perspective have worked out really well. I'm also hiring QA, which I find is like really, really hard. But that's another story in and of itself. I'm actually going to demo with 3 folks, and so I feel actually pretty good about that as well. Justice Leopard, you know what? I did it before we jumped on stream, so I should be good. Yeah, and the one thing about QA, like I noticed that, should you? I don't know. I mean, you could, if it's like one job, because you could talk about it a little bit. From a developer standpoint, like I do find it interesting. If it's like one of your first jobs and you moved on. I find it strange. Like there's positives and negatives, right? Like, so probably in my mind, if I see someone who is like, they're a software developer, but their first job was like QA, and then they moved on and started doing more development work, I'm like, cool. That was just like, hey, you landed a first job, it was in QA, you made the best of it. Awesome perspective to have as a developer. I see an application with a resume that a CV that has like software development and then like QA in the middle, right? And then maybe nothing else, or another like a development job. And then I get a little bit curious. I'm like, well, like if you really like development, like what happened, right? Like, could you not find dev work, right? And then I kind of question it a little bit to a negative, right? But I'll have a conversation with the person about it to understand. At the end of the day, a job's a job, right? And I think like, I also have to, you have to understand that as well. The one thing I noticed is that QA, after like interviewing folks for QA for game development is different than QA for like a SaaS business. I interviewed like one guy who was at Electronic Arts for almost 15 years as a QA specialist in multiple roles, and great guy, and probably very, very capable. But like it just like doesn't fit. Like the experience doesn't fit into like what we're doing in SaaS. And maybe I'm like overthinking it or galaxy braining it a little bit, but yeah, it just didn't seem like it would work out. Because like the experience is just so different. Like the way that games are tested and like the environment that games are tested in is just, you would think it's not different, or maybe you would think it's different, and then you would be right. I guess like I always thought that it wasn't that different, but I really kind of came to the conclusion after probably rejecting, this might be like the 5th person that I didn't hire that came from like Electronic Arts or a bit of like a bigger AAA game testing background, kind of realizing that it's just I don't know, not the profile of person or experience that I'm looking for. I don't know, it's tough. It's definitely tough. And then it's also hard. Like it really is. And it's weird because like here I am sitting judging people, which always feels really strange to me to a certain degree, which is maybe like a weird position for someone who's in leadership. And that's like, I don't know, kind of always my job to a certain degree. But it does feel weird sometimes because people are more than just their output. Sorry, I'm laughing because I'm thinking about, I also coach hockey for 6-year-olds, and I was talking to like some other coaches on the other teams, and like I was comparing kids. Like I would compare candidates in a job about like potential and like how they pay attention on the ice and how much they give a shit and their skill level. And I'm like typing this out because we're chatting in WhatsApp, and I'm like typing this out, and I'm just like, this feels really strange to be judging 6-year-olds like this. And like their hockey ability and skill and passion and all that. But I don't know. Why does it feel weird? I don't know why it feels weird. It just does. Like people are more than just their output, right? But I'm boiling it down to just like, I'm boiling people down to a resume and maybe like an hour of their time in a conversation. Maybe that's the part that feels weird to me. Am I the cool boss? I don't know. I think I'm the... It's a good question. I don't know. Probably. Because I'm like the less like corporate type of boss. Because I fucking hate that. Like I hate that. I just hate like middle management. I hate like lack of accountability. I hate like the corporate structure. Like I hate all of that. And so I never want to be that. And so I try really, really hard not to do what I hate. I'd like to lead the same way that I would like to be led, I suppose, and build a business or a company that I would like to work for as a developer or an individual. But I'm also like, I'm like a no nonsense type of boss where like I will be very clear about expectations, and then I'll be very clear when you are doing great or when you're not doing great, and then I have no problem making changes if it's not going great, just because like I don't know, I don't have like the patience to uh, what's the I don't know how to put this and not sound like an asshole. It's like a hockey team. I'm trying to build like a all-star hockey team that's going to win the cup. Although we're not winning the cup, right? So I'm just looking for great people. And I want a team of folks that like make me better too. Like I want to work with developers. I want to work with people who are always bringing new ideas to the table, and like people that I could learn from, that people I enjoy working with, people who are going to do a great job. I manage managers, and so like I want to work with leaders who like do the same, right? That and lead in a way that I want, like lead in a way that grows the team as well, and takes accountability for their work. And when that's not happening, like we'll make changes. I don't know. I probably can't talk too much about it, but I try to be the cool boss. And I think like at the end of the day, setting very clear expectations and holding people accountable to those expectations, it's what I would expect of me from my bosses. It's what I would like to happen. If I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, they should absolutely call it out. And I would like to think that people would appreciate that, because I think it's helpful to know when you're doing well, and it's helpful to like know what's not going well so that you can improve. Because the main goal is, well, one, we want our business to be successful. I would like it to be successful so I could keep working there. I would like it to be successful because I do have some options, and that could turn into, I don't know, a cool car if we ever sell in many years. It's not going to lead to any kind of retirement or anything like that. But I think the bigger goal altogether is we all grow and we all get better, and we could build careers. And if people don't want to stay working here because they're outgrowing it, like that's the ultimate goal. Like I want people to get better. I want them to have better jobs. I want them to make more money. I'd like it to be with us, but if it isn't with us, like cool. I think that's the ultimate goal. And that's what makes me happy, is when folks are able to like grow their careers with us. So I think if you're passionate and interested in growing your career and making more money, I think you appreciate being held accountable and getting feedback that is clear and direct, so that if there is something that I think is not quite working, that you're able to fix it. In a cover letter, should you summarize yourself or your CV? That's a good question. I like a little bit of both, actually. In a cover letter, I really love when candidates build the story about their experience and how that fits the job that they are applying for. Sometimes it's really easy for me to look at a CV and be like, yeah, you are a software developer, you have a bachelor degree in computer science, you have experience in Java. I see how this fits with our business. Sometimes some folks have a career path that's a little bit different. And explaining or building that story in the cover letter, I think, goes a long way. I think also I am interested in the person themselves, right? And so there's a little bit of me trying to fish personality out of these applications, either the questions on the application or in the CV and how the CV is put together, or in the cover letter. Now, very often a cover letter is very rote, and it's almost as if AI generated it. And at that point, when I see the same sentence over and over and over and over and over again, because someone just piped our application, our job description into ChatGPT and it spat out a cover letter, my eyes kind of glaze. Does that make it negative? Probably not. But when I read a cover letter and it's like, hey, this sounds really good. It's written well. It's clear. It's kind of explaining a little bit of why this person would be a good fit for our company. That's like a bonus. That makes me be like, that could push someone into like the, hey, I want to talk to this person list or column in our management system. How about you paste it in Discord? Or if you don't want to put it in Discord, you could just DM me if you want to just have if you want to send your CV and stuff like that. I'd be happy to help. Okay, I'm losing viewers because I'm probably not coding. I'm not doing the thing that I'm supposed to be doing. We're gonna jump into an ad, and then let me boot up Unity before we run out of time. What is this? Okay, let's do an ad. Let me stand up. Hopefully you guys could hear me okay, because I have a new audio setup. And then let's get Unity up and running. Oh, man. Good chat, though. So looking at the Kanban board, we are going to try to finish the representation of the boss. I could contact you for job opportunities in the next, yeah, we could do that. What else did I want to show before we jump into, let's open up Unity. So I just did Google typing stars. It did kind of get it, but not quite. Curious about what star space typing action ranges are. I really fucked up because like I got typing stars published in PC Gamer. Like in 2024. Had I like had a game ready? You know what I mean? Like had I had a game ready to like go, that's like good fucking, that's some good PR. Man. I really effed up. The fuck is this? Okay, this was released in 2022. Anyways, the game, I wish, so what am I gonna say? I missed Steam Typing Fest. I screwed up. This would have been a great opportunity for me to get the game out in front of people. But I didn't do it. I am going to... Yeah, I messed up. I definitely should have tried to get the demo on Typing Fest. I don't know why I didn't see it. The goal now is to get the demo out for next fest. Which is... Oh, fuck. Next week. And then the other thing that I noticed is that so for me to get my game done for a March 9th release date, I need to get the build up ASAP. And so really I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days to finish a demo for next fest and finish the game in the week after to release it. I'm a little bit fucked. Let's be really clear. Like I'm kind of fucked. Or we are now in crunch time and we are going to do it. We're going to fucking do it. We're going to finish this game. We're going to game jam mode. We have a defined time. There's no more fucking around. There's no more messing around. No more scope creep. It is do or die. Let's get this game done. Let's do what we have to do to get it done. I'm going on vacation. So it's got to get done if it's going to be released on March 9th. All right? Like, that's it. So let's fucking do it, right? You know what I need? I need hold on, let me see if I could get this guy. Get this. I need a GIF. There we go. I'm gonna save as. Save image as. Put that there. Let's put an image. Add source image. Ooh, that's a nice little coffee cup. Oh, nice full box coffee. Love it. There you go. Just do it. What is left on the to-do list? It's a really good question. I don't feel like this is not comprehensive. So I think that's the problem I've been struggling with, is like having a to-do list that is defined. That's like a job in and of itself. Finish game. Like, let's just finish it. I don't want to worry about what's on the to-do list. One thing at a time for today. The one thing I want to get down is how I don't even think this animation matters anymore. Like, let's just move on. And let's just dial in this boss level, right? There's a little, like, I have to probably manage a bit of the things on screen because it feels very cluttered right now. I need to reorganize a little bit of this level. But I think, I'm happy, like, gameplay wise, I think everything's there. I just want to make it look a little bit better. I just want to make sure that this is beatable as it is. It's a little bit hard at this point. U, F, A, B, C, U, M, E, K. It is beatable. And press release button done. Yeah. Finish game and press release button. Maybe build a Steam store page. Okay, so what's left to do? I feel like there's sound. I need to add a lot more sound to the game. There is better graphics across the board, I think. It would be nice just to modify and change a bunch of things. There's a couple of word lists that I want to change to tell a little bit more of a story. There is, I mean, that might be like more or less it. Like, I think that, like, if I could just get the sounds done and stuff like that, like, we're pretty much there. Like, I'm not happy with the menu and how the menu looks. I would like that to be updated. A leaderboard, I think. I would like to have like a local leaderboard and the global leaderboard. I got Steam achievements that I want to put in there. for various things. So I think like that's like I think that's it. I think like we're pretty much there. Um like the only thing in the back of my mind is that like I want to change that final boss level to instead of destroying the AI to maybe save like instead of like there's like asteroids coming at you. Like I had this concept of like this idea that like your space station blew up and you're trying to like save you're trying to save the like your other crewmates who are in like pods. And so to win would be to like save them versus trying to defeat the boss, but I don't know how to sequence it. So, and I don't even know if it's worth it to change it up. Maybe a credit screen, right? So I feel like there's like little things. There's like little things left to do, but not much. And I think like I've just been kind of stressing it. Like I've been stressing that last, like all the little things a little bit too much. Do I want to take away to indicate maybe the life of this boss, since there's only there's only 5 lives. Oh my god, I can't type this morning. Do I want to remove lines every time I damage the boss? Could that be cool? There's a lot going on screen. No way. Oh, I can't type. Okay, I think the other thing I wanted to do here was to change the colors as well. So let's change the colors. Let's do this. And then let's do remove a line on boss damage. Let's do let's open up Rider. Sorry, I'm not paying attention to chat, guys. Finish game, click button. I hate LinkedIn. I search for Unity developer jobs and it shows 2,000 jobs and some of them are Mandarin translator jobs. And I have to search through all of them to make sure I don't miss anything to get rejected. Yeah, why limit yourself to Unity? All right, so here's the thing. I've been working on this game 100% on stream. You've seen everything. If you go back to the VODs, I don't think I've done much of anything outside of the stream. That has to change for me to hit this goal. I'm gonna have to start working on this like at all hours of the night, as well as a little bit of sliver that I have streaming. So I'm going to be working on this until that release date. This is going to be my life for the next 2 weeks. I do hope that you join me at least every day during the mornings here for me on stream to see how it's going and support me. I appreciate you all so much for hanging out with me as much as you have over this time. I have to figure out how to put a video together because the transformation of this game from the first time that you've maybe seen it back in 2023, if it's been that long, is completely different than what it looks like and probably plays like today. And so I think that could be a really fun story to talk about at some point. But we'll do that when we get there. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is like, we're building the momentum. I'm here every day, every morning from now until I go on vacation. And we're going to get this fucking game out, guys. Okay. When I read your message, which message? Okay, do I have an entry point on boss damage? We do. Handle on boss damage. Where do I keep track of boss damage life? Is it here? Max boss hits. We have a boss hits. Boss hits plus plus. Where do I track boss hits? It is down here. It's a private pool. Why is it so laggy? Public int get boss hits. Why is it so laggy? Is boss hits ever going to be? Yeah, it's never going to be 0. It's going to be 1 to 5. Int boss hits equals level manager. Get that case boss hits. Oh. No, it's sorry, it's switch boss hits. Page 3. case 5, break. Why is that okay. You hate LinkedIn. Yeah. I mean, I think the thing that I hate about LinkedIn the most is corporate performance. I'm excited to announce that I've started this new job. I'm sad to say that I'm leaving this old job and I really appreciate all the help and support from this boss and this CEO and this person. And it's just like corporate ass kissing 101. It really does feel like the worst. And then we have what else on LinkedIn? You have all the experts, the corporate influencers. Please put a gun in my mouth. I posted on LinkedIn because we had, and I could be guilty of it too, so I probably shouldn't throw stones, but yeah, fuck them. I posted I just said, hey, like I have development jobs available. And if you meet this criteria, like please apply. And hoping that like maybe it just shakes my own network a little bit to see if there's anyone looking for work that wants to come work for me. And for some reason that post blew up. And I used to post about my startup all the time and try to get some hype going around the thing that I was building, and it always 100 views, 200 views. I posted about the job, and I've done this before and it never blew up, but this one blew up, and I had like 20,000 impressions or 30,000 impressions. And all of a sudden I woke up to like 600 connection requests and like 200 LinkedIn messages of like people from around everywhere just being like, hey, I'm interested in working for your company. And I'm like, holy fuck, I don't know how to handle this level of I just had to like decline everything because I'm just like, I can't answer all of these messages on LinkedIn. I guess the market was so bad. Okay, so I need to finish all just like the animations and colors around those lines for the AI boss, and then I'm going to remove a line for every time you heard it to kind of indicate that you're making some progress. I think that's the step, and then I think I'm like done there. There might be some tweaking around like visually, how can I improve how things are placed and so it doesn't look cluttered. But I'm going to worry about that at another, yeah, and then I just delete LinkedIn. I'm going to worry about that later. I'm going to get the functionality in place today. I'm also working on a short. So if you follow me on YouTube or Instagram, that's a great place to, I don't know, help engage with my quote unquote content. So I'm going to try to get that out tonight. And I need to build my Steam page. So I'm probably going to work on the Steam page a little bit. Those are like the 3 things that hold me accountable tomorrow when we wake up. Those are 3 things that should be done. Okay, cool. Like that's my to-do list for today. You guys come in here and fucking kick my ass if I didn't do it. All right, let's go say hi to Pairbender. Thank you all. I appreciate you all. Have a good rest of your day. I'll see you tomorrow with all that shit done. All right? Promise. You know, he could, yeah, fair enough. All right. Peace. See you tomorrow.